Welcome to a chemistry experiment. Actually, it's not an experiment, it's pretty tried and true for me. So today I'm going to be polishing up and cleaning up some of the calcite and geode pockets that I found in the road cut in Jefferson County. And I'm going to be doing that with some hydrochloric acid solution. So I have about a gallon of water in this plastic tub here, and to that I added about a cup of hydrochloric acid. I can feel the heat coming off of that, so I know that that acid is reacting with a little bit of sediment that was in there. So that tells me that that's a pretty strong batch. And then I've also got a baking soda solution. So whenever you soak calcite or any kind of stone in a hydrochloric acid bath for cleaning or mineral removal, you always have to neutralize that in an equal part solution. So in this, I've actually got a double part solution in the baking soda because calcite reacts very violently with hydrochloric acid. So I wanted to have a pretty quick and immediate stopping point. So let's have some fun and burn some calcite up and some acid here. All right, so the first piece is going in. Here it goes. So I will let that react for about 15-20 seconds, and then I'll check on it and see if I like the polish point on the calcite. I think that can go a little further. Set it back down in there. I do typically have multiple pieces going at once and make this a fast process, but that's going to be difficult to do one-handed while managing a camera. Let's see where we're at. Just a little bit further. You see how the calcite is starting to get translucent, and all the material that was in there, all the organic material, is turning black because it's starting to be dissolved by the hydrochloric acid solution. So let it go just a little bit further. I know it's not super duper exciting, but I think it is. Hopefully you do too. Otherwise, feel free to flip on to a more palatable video. There we go. So I like it at that stage right there. So we're going to bring it over here, let it drip a little bit, and bring it over here to the baking soda solution. Stir that up just to make sure. I've got a little bit of grass clippings in here that blew in with the wind, so don't pay any mind to that. Yeah, I think that'll look good, so we'll let that piece soak. Alright, so I actually have several pieces going in here. One of them is a very large piece that I don't want to leave for very long because it was a little on the brittle side, and I just want to get some of the scuff off of it. Yeah, there we go, it's already gone. Ooh, careful, do not splash this, go slow. Submerged. There we go. I really like that piece. Let's see the next one. Sorry. So this is just a tiny little Calcite geode. I'm just giving a light dip Didn't really think there was much calcite in it. I'm not getting very much reaction, so just toss it in. There we go. Cool little piece of dogtooth calcite geode. Let's get that out of the acid bath and let that settle. Very nice. I've got a whole pile of stuff over here that I've been kind of cleaning up and working on that I'm tossing in, and I've got some, this big chunky yellow calcite here. I can go a little bit longer. I think that piece is done. Here's just a really cool little chunk of host rock that's just full of these little geodes. And I'm not sure how much I want to dissolve of it. Maybe a little bit more. Chunk. It's ready to go in. Oh yeah, that piece of calcite looks great. Alright, I'm going to go real quick with this beautiful little dogtooth pocket I found. See all this stuff that's bubbling up on the top? This is all the crud that was down inside of these pockets, almost. There. Another little interesting chunk over here that we can give a dip. So hydrochloric acid will destroy all organic compounds, so if you've got a piece that's full of clay, you can dip it in here and it'll eat most of that clay out. I'll demonstrate that here shortly. A little bit more. You really got to babysit this because it'll just disappear really fast. There we go. So what I'm looking for is when it's just starting to get translucent. Because this still needs a little bit of a scrub. And once you scrub it down, it's going to look like quartz. I mean, it's going to be crystal clear. This is a beautiful little druzy quartz pocket. As you can see, there's a bunch of clay packed deep down in it. So we're going to just lightly drop her in. See if we can't get some of that clay to burn out of there. I've had good luck with this in the past. So the clay is full of organic compounds, so almost immediately the acid starts breaking that down. And then another trick that I've learned is if you've got a cavity like that, let it fill up with acid and then dip it down into the neutral solution because it'll bubble a lot of that out of there. Then you do the exact same back into the acid. Just a continuous reaction, which is what you want, see? Forgive me for being a little skittish with this. This stuff is very dangerous and the fumes are toxic. So I'm just trying to keep my distance. I'm going to keep doing this for a minute until I get this cleaned up. Okay, so here's what I have already dipped and then soaked in base solution. I also dipped a fossil just out of curiosity. I'll see how that polishes. There's that little quartz pocket that was full. As you can see, she's clean as a whistle. A couple of really nice chunks here. I'm excited about this little chunk of matrix with the geode clusters in it. So I got a little bit of scrubbing to do, and we'll see these here in just a few. So These pieces ended up being my favorite out of this batch. I do still have some stuff that I haven't finished soaking, but I think all of this turned out really nice. Look at the clarity on that calcite. And this piece here, it's got a bunch of yellow in it. It's very clear. A little dog tooth pocket. Now, something I discovered is that a lot of these pieces have quite a bit of hematite in them. So there's some interesting staining. Here's that really cool piece that's just the big cluster of little geodes. Just kind of cooked down and cleaned up. Another little chunk of clear yellow calcite. So this chunk here ended up actually being part of a geode, I believe. And as you can see here, there's a large hematite inclusion in the side that has permeated down inside of the crystal structure, which I think is absolutely cool. And then the big boy here, which this may knock my whole display over, we'll see. Oh, not too bad. This one ended up kind of interesting. So it's also got iron throughout it. It's got some hematite inclusions. But it's just deep white calcite, just beautiful cubes. And those inclusions have stained along those break lines, which I think looks really neat. But you can see down here just how translucent that is in places. And then down here on the bottom and on the back, it's full of these little geode bugs. This one might stay in my personal collection. I just think that's super cool. It's for playing with hydrochloric acid with me. I had fun.